If you would like to know how to keep your immune system as strong as possible and stay as healthy as you can, completely naturally, you clicked on the right video. I may even talk about some things you've never heard before, even if you already know a lot about your immune system. Hi, I'm Dr. Cori Stern, and welcome to my channel, Take Control of Your Health. If you've been watching but haven't yet had a chance to subscribe, can you hit the subscribe button right now? Because that is my reward for putting this information out. And if you like the video in the end, please hit the like button because it does help other people to find it. And last and most importantly, please share this video with anyone you know that you think would benefit from the information. So let's get into today's topic. And first, I want to tell you quickly why I decided to do this video right now. And that is because I am seeing a lot of very symptomatic people in my practice. So people are coming in coughing and sneezing and sore throats and laryngitis, which means they lose their voice. I've been seeing this for a few weeks. I'm doing this video, I'm recording this video in January 2023 in the middle of winter, and it's not unusual to see a lot of people symptomatic around this time of year. In all the years that I've been in practice, I've seen this, but it appears to be more than usual. Not that it's more people, but people are staying sick longer. People are not recovering as well. And I'm talking about all kinds of people, whether they've received jabs or not. People are getting sick more often and staying sick longer. So I do want to share some important information with you about how to protect yourself. So let's start by talking about what actually interferes with immunity, what suppresses your immune system and causes it not to work as well. So number one is toxic exposure. A lot of people don't understand the role that toxins play in their body. When your immune system encounters toxins, it behaves the way it behaves when it encounters pathogens or germs. It gets activated and it tries to contain the situation, right? So when a pathogen invades the body, the immune system tries to kill it. It tries to dissolve it, eat it, get rid of it, and it also produces antibodies so that it remembers that same invader the next time it encounters it and can respond very quickly. But when it encounters things like metals or chemicals that are toxic, it's still trying to get rid of them. It's just that it can't do it as well. Now, part of the problem is that if you're constantly exposed to toxins, your immune system is always being activated, and that it's otherwise engaged when a pathogen invades your body. The soldiers are already in another war, so they're not available as readily, right? So how do you avoid toxins? Well, in our world, it's not that easy to avoid them completely, but by eating foods that are as clean as possible, that are non-GMO, that are organic, that are not sprayed with pesticides and glyphosate, weedicides, is one really important way to do that. Every video I have on this channel, practically every video talks about that. So if you need more information about that, watch my other videos. I also have 2 videos on how to detox your body. One is how to prepare your body for detox, and the other one is how to actually do the detox gently so that you don't cause yourself to not feel well. I'm just going to make myself a note to put those 2 videos in the description of this video so that you can check them out if you haven't already seen them. But also avoiding toxins means to not use personal care products that are full of chemicals. So just try to go as clean and natural as possible. Again, I have plenty of videos on this topic. I have videos about how fragrances added to products are so toxic, and all the chemicals added to things that you use every day on your body, or household cleaning products, laundry detergent, things like that. You really need to start transitioning to cleaner products if you haven't done that yet. On my website, which there is a link to that in the description of this video, I actually have a free gift, which is it's a little article I wrote on everyday items that you never knew were toxic. So even things like toilet paper. So check that out, and again, start to make a transition to clean things up around you, to help your immune system to not be overworked. All right, the second thing I want to talk about that interferes with your immune function is stress. So stress is a normal part of life. It's never going to go away. Sometimes it gets better, sometimes it gets worse. But when you respond to stress in a way that causes your stress chemicals, your stress hormones to constantly being pumped out, it is going to interfere with your immune system, because your body can only do so many things at one time. So when it's handling what it thinks is an emergency, when you're really stressed and your body is responding as if your life is in danger, it doesn't care about your immune system at that point, right? It doesn't care about your digestion either. So you have to learn how to handle stress in a way that doesn't damage your immune system. Again, I have many videos on this topic. That is a big problem that people run into all the time. We do live in an extremely stressful world for so many different reasons. And I talk about it on multiple videos. So I'll link at least one of them in the description, so you can check it out and learn how you can manage stress better so that it doesn't make you sick. It's not going to go away. The stress is not going to go away. So you have to handle it differently. The next item I want to mention that interferes with your immune system is not getting enough sleep. All right. And a lot of people just don't get enough sleep. People are telling me things like, they're really busy, they're working all day, they come home and they have to do household stuff, and then they want to have some downtime. So they take their downtime at a time when they should be going to sleep. And then other people tell me that they're binge watching TV shows or videos. I couldn't stop. I stayed up, till 2 a.m. because I was loving the show that I was watching and I couldn't turn it off. People get hooked into social media, they're on devices. So many people are not getting enough sleep. And then on top of that, some people just have trouble sleeping, right? Because their stress response doesn't allow them to, their mind is racing. So this is a major problem, because you do most of your healing in your sleep. And sleep is critically important for the functioning of your immune system. So I also have a sleep video on this channel. If you need help with that, by the way, any of these issues that you really are struggling with and need help with, I am available for virtual consults and can help you individually, specifically with what you're struggling with, right? So if you're not getting enough sleep because you're too busy, you need to really take a look at your priorities and set some boundaries for yourself. So I have a cutoff point for myself. I too am very busy, and I want to unwind a little bit after when I finally finish everything that I have to do in a day, but I cut myself off. I just tell myself, okay, Cori, now is not time to do that. Now is time to sleep. I talk to myself like a little kid, and I shut the light off. All right, and then the last thing that interferes with your immune system. I mean, there are other things, okay? This is not the only 4 things in the world, but I'm just saying 4 important things. The 4th thing is nutritional deficiencies. So your body is made out of food, your body's made out of cells, and food gives your body what it needs to grow new cells, and that includes immune cells. So when you have nutritional deficiencies, your immune system can be affected. And nutritional deficiencies are caused by eating crappy, bad, processed, chemical foods. So again, this whole channel is about how to eat cleanly, how to eat nutrient-dense, clean foods, and that is the basis of health, including immune health. So my real brief commercial, and it's not really a commercial because this is very helpful for you if you're not already doing it, is a resource. So if you're someone who understands the vital role that food plays in your health, I have good news. There is a site that you can get matched to a small scale family farm that grows and sells super high quality, clean, nutrient dense food in your area, anywhere in the United States. I'm going to give you a link. It's www.farmmatch.com/Dr. Cori. That link will be in the description of this video, and you just put your zip code in and you'll be matched to a farm near you. Some of the farms have pickup locations, some will deliver to your door. If you're in what we call a food desert and there is no farm like this near you, Farm Match will match you with a farm that will ship to you. I get almost all my food from one of these farms, and it has been a game changer for me and my family. The best way to change the world is voting with your food dollars. If you're watching from outside the United States, I do have also a link for you to find a similar type of resource, and the link to that will be in the description of this video. So now I want to talk to you about some specific nutrients that support your immune system. And stay tuned to the end because I'm going to actually share with you the products that I specifically use to get these nutrients into my body. So a lot of you are aware of and realize the importance of specific vitamins, minerals, and herbs, such as most people know that they need vitamin C and vitamin D and zinc, and they use things like elderberry to keep their immune system strong. But I want to go over some less obvious vitamins and minerals that support your immune system that you may or may not be getting or realize that you even need. So the first one is vitamin A. Vitamin A is actually known as the anti-inflammation vitamin, and it plays a role in the development of specifically your white blood cells, your helper T cells, and your B cells. So the helper T cells help to regulate your immune response, and the B cells are what make the antibodies so that your body remembers the pathogens for the next time you come in contact with them. And it also helps keep your mucous membranes healthy, which is important in protecting you from pathogens. It's one of the first things that pathogens come in contact with, right? If you inhale them, your mucous membranes have the ability to spot them right then and there and stop them from going any further. So vitamin A is important for keeping your mucous membranes healthy, but also your gut, the lining of your gut, which plays a huge role in your immune system. You know, your gut has good bacteria in it, good pathogen. The good guys are in your gut. So your gut has to be able to recognize the bad guys too. And vitamin A plays a role in that. And by the way, I have a video on the good guys, the probiotics. It is not, if you're watching this early when I post it, it's not available yet, but look for a video about probiotics coming very soon. Next, I want to talk to you about vitamin C. So I know that vitamin C is really important for you, but did you know that most commercially sold vitamin Cs don't have vitamin C in them? I have a whole video on that topic. I think it's called "What is there vitamin C in your vitamin C?" So most vitamin Cs are made out of ascorbic acid. If you look on the label of your vitamin C, it'll say vitamin C as ascorbic acid or as calcium ascorbate. But the crazy thing is that ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. Vitamin C is a complex made of many different components. It has things called J factors and K factors and P factors and bioflavonoids and rutins, and there are enzymes in it that help you absorb it, and there's actually also trace minerals in it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in vitamin C that's not in your vitamin C. So when you're taking ascorbic acid, that's just one very, very small component of the vitamin C complex. It's actually the outer shell. It's the antioxidant outer shell. When you take only ascorbic acid into your body, you're creating an imbalance with all of the other components of the C complex. You're actually causing, believe it or not, you're causing a deficiency. So that's one problem. The other problem is a lot of ascorbic acid supplements are synthetic and made in China. So I wouldn't take them if I were you. So I'm gonna, at the end, I'll show you some excellent whole food vitamin C products that you can use to support your immune system. The next thing I want to talk about is copper. So copper doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Now, you know that zinc is important for your immune system, but did you know that you need copper and zinc in a very specific ratio? If you're only taking zinc and no copper, you're creating an imbalance. And copper is also really important for your immune system. It does something similar to vitamin A, where it helps the white blood cells work as well as they can. And copper has a lot of other functions in your body too. Your eyes need it, your hair needs it, it helps you grow healthy new blood vessels. It helps with your nervous system hormones, and your bones need it too, among other things. There's a lot of functions that copper has. So I'm going to show you a really excellent zinc copper supplement that you can use if you've only been taking zinc for a while. The next thing I want to talk about is calcium. So most people think of calcium in terms of bone health, right? When I say calcium, you think bone. But, first of all, your bones are made out of mostly collagen. They do need calcium. They have a lot of other minerals in them too. But calcium plays a vital role in your immune system. So calcium, the good kind of calcium, when I say good kind, I mean absorbable calcium, because a lot of people take calcium that's not really absorbable, like calcium carbonate, that's found in over-the-counter antacids like Tums and Rolaids. Used to be an advertisement to get your calcium from taking Tums and Rolaids. That's not absorbable calcium. Not to mention the fact that the antacid actually prevents your body from being able to absorb nutrients. Absorbable calcium is attached to an ion that your body can absorb. So calcium is attached to an ion. You've heard of calcium lactate, calcium citrate, right? Those kinds of the citrate, the lactate, the carbonate is an ion too. It doesn't work as well in the body. So when you take these ionized calciums and you digest them, they separate from the ion. They become what's called free calcium or biologically active calcium. And then they act as signaling agents to the T cells. So they let the T cells know where they need to travel to when pathogens are present. So they're sending out like these smoke signals around the invaders, and they really help the immune system to be more efficient. And also the cool thing is that if you have enough of this ionized calcium in your body, enough free calcium stored in your tissues, your body won't need to have a fever when you get sick. And fever makes the body a less hospitable environment for these pathogens, but when the calcium is available and doing its job, you don't need the fever. So when people have fevers, we tell them to take a bunch of this ionizable calcium. And I'll share my favorite product with you in a moment. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is an herb called andrographis. Andrographis has been used for thousands of years, especially in Eastern medicine, Oriental, Ayurvedic. It's a bitter herb that has a lot of health properties, but it really is useful for the immune system. And in my experience, clinically, it helps to shorten the duration and the severity of symptoms associated with things like colds and flus and other types of these syndromes. And I love andrographis. It just works so well for me. And I love everything about it. I love the way it smells. So even though it's a bitter herb, I don't mind the way it tastes. I mean, we take it in a tablet, but I can still taste it. But because it's a bitter herb, it also aids in digestion. So bitter herbs are something that people used to use. They've been historically used for digestion and overall health, but people have stopped using them for the most part. And I probably need to do a video just on bitter herbs. Okay, so now I'm going to screen share with you. Hopefully my screen share works, because last time I did a video, my screen share didn't work. I'm going to screen share my favorite supplements with you. All right, well, this is my website. Anyone who hasn't checked out my website, here, this is what it looks like. And there's a lot of things, resources on there, and you can do your shopping on here, shop standard process supplements, which I'm going to show you right now. You can schedule a virtual consult. You can join my newsletter. And then I also have my free gift on here. So you can look at that. That's that PDF about everyday items you never knew were toxic. So now I'm going to first go over this product called Cataplex AC. So what's beautiful about this, it has both vitamins A and C in it, so you can get it in one tablet. And this seems to work especially well if you have what you think is the flu, but it does work well for any virus and or other pathogens and to support your immune system. And also I want to share this one. This is cod liver oil. So cod liver oil is rich in both vitamin A and vitamin D. So it's a win-win. Again, you can just take the one thing instead of multiple different separate things. Now, I do have a video where I talk about cod liver oil, and the video is about fat and cholesterol. We talk about fertility, so vitamin A is also important for fertility, and we didn't mention that. All right, and then the next one I want to share with you is this one called Chesin, and this is a combination of zinc, and copper. There's also a little iron in it. And by the way, iron is also important for immune health. So this is a way of avoiding getting a copper deficiency. The next supplement is the ionizable calcium I was talking about, called calcium lactate. And what I like about this, first of all, lactate is a less expensive form of absorbable calcium than something like citrate. And it works really well. It's easy to take. It's just a simple white tablet. And this also comes in powdered form, so you can give it to children with a fever. You can give it to infants. It's actually part of a recipe to make really good quality, clean infant formula if you're unable to breastfeed. And if you're interested in that, I actually put that recipe on my video about raw milk, if you want to check that out. And then the last thing I want to share with you is the andrographis that I mentioned. So this is andrographis complex. It has other herbs in it as well. It also has echinacea and holy basil, and the combination of all that is great for your immune system. Echinacea is also an adaptogen, which means it helps you adapt to stress, and this supports your immune system, and there's just so many benefits to it. So that's all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you need specific help with your immune system or any health issue, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can put comments on the video. You can email me at questions@drcori.com, and that email will be in the description of this video as well. By the way, my name is spelled C-O-R-I. There's so many different ways to spell Cori, so just want to make sure you spell it right. questions@drcori.com, or if you go to my website and click on schedule a virtual consult, it will allow you to email me as well and ask me questions. I always do try to answer everything. I try to answer all the comments as best I can. So thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and most importantly, to share this video with anyone that's struggling with their health. And until we meet again, please stay healthy.